Hello, I'm Phil.
I'm Alex, and we're here with Mike and Luke from Canterbury.
Hello. Definitely.
So you guys had, was it your first night of the tour last night?
Yes.
How was it? How'd it go?
It was awesome.
Mm.
It was in Bristol, a place we've been quite a few times, but not recently. We played it a year ago with the Blackout, and it was a tiny, tiny little room in the back of a pub, and it was just crazy.
It was really
So
great.
Cardiff really have to bring their A game tonight.
We'll bring it.
It's great.
Do you guys prefer doing the bigger venues or the smaller venues? Or
They're just a completely different
It
thing.
is.
Like, bigger venues, obviously they're fun and they're a band's dream and you get to play in a room like Shepherd's Bush Empire or something like that. But if you're supporting a band, you have one role, and that's to get people geared up for the next band. But when it's your own show and it's in a small, intimate venue, it's just so much fun.
Because you just got off tour with Def Havana, right?
Yeah.
How's that?
Amazing, yeah. Probably one of the best tours we've ever done, actually. Because we've done like some cool support tours and stuff, played some cool rooms, but we've never been like the main support act. And this time around we were kind of like the main support, and meant that we were playing to full rooms, and like a lot of people that knew who we were there. It's really amazing.
So do you have like a favourite tour you've been on?
I don't know, probably. Well, Def Havana was definitely
Up there.
as
it was just a bit short.
as the shows go. They were the funnest shows we played on a support tour.
Yeah.
Like, and really cool guys. They're all kind of similar dudes to us. Like, same background, same been in the game for as long as us, kind of thing. So it was just it was really good. It was just too short. Yeah. Kind of got into it, and it's like last day.
How long were you on tour with them for?
Only
8 days or 9 days.
9
with the
days,
pedal.
yeah. 8 days.
But
9
yeah,
days.
it would be good to just do that tour for like a year. Or something.
Yeah.
People will probably get bored though.
So, if I want to go back a little while, you went from a 5-piece down to a 4-piece. How did that affect the band dynamic?
I think it made it stronger.
Before you got closer?
Probably, yeah. I mean, we've all been really, really close ever since we started the band anyway, but it kind of, the main thing that became apparent when Ben, our old bassist, left was that we didn't want to get someone else in to play the bass, because Canterbury was kind of like more than like a band, because we were such good mates. We couldn't really imagine anyone coming in and like rocking out to our songs that we've written together and we've performed for years. It's kind of like we'd look over and we'd be like, what are you doing, mate? It's nothing to do with you. Leave now. So going down to a four-piece kind of just like gelled everything together a bit more and kind of made us all have to step up as well. Like I obviously learned to play the bass.
You learned specifically for this?
Yeah, basically.
Luke didn't play the bass before.
I didn't play the bass before, and our old bassist gave me a couple of like pointers and stuff like.
So how long did you spend like from when you started playing bass to when you got on stage with it for the first time? Because your bass
4
line.
weeks.
4 weeks? Was it intense?
Quite intense, yeah.
So
I played the
like-
guitar beforehand, so it wasn't
Yeah.
like I was completely like, what is this?
But
like,
blowing on it.
yeah, no, it was.
Ben
quite
definitely
intense.
wrote like pretty hard bass.
They're not
Yeah,
listening to them. They're not.
No.
They're not just
They're
staying
not
on G
just-
for the whole song.
just
They're
playing
not
the
friendly
to
when
a
it
singer.
comes to a vocal melody as well,
Yeah.
because they're completely off the beat. Like, I did have to modify a couple.
The new album contains the old track Gloria. Was there any specific reason for this, or just
Yeah,
just
well,
felt
we
right?
so we released it on its own kind of after the first album. It was just kind of like we don't know what to do. We can't record another album, so let's just record this song and put it out. And then when it got to recording this album, we were just kind of like Gloria never got its proper shot kind of thing as a single and radio and press and stuff like that. So like we just kind of spruced it up, put a couple new vocal bits on it and put a bit of strings in the background and just made it sound a bit nicer, and just we figured we'd put it on just because we figured it just deserved a bit of a better shot.
How do you choose what goes on the album then? Is it just a kind of like we like this one most?
Whichever songs are ready first in the studio, whichever ones are
It got
not in disrepair.
Yeah, it got to the point at Heavy in the Day where we had about 22 songs. Like, that could have been on the album, and we had to whittle it down to 12 or 13, which was horrible. But it was, I mean, when you get into a studio with all these songs, you're convinced that every single song is amazing, and then when you get to recording them, you kind of figure out which ones are definitely better, and which ones sound like they should be on a record, and which ones sound like they could just be kind of like a little bonus track or something like that.
When we do come to focus, there's stuff that we can kind of, like a cutting room floor bag, where we can be like, how about this one from the last
How
album?
about that verse?
And like
This chorus.
rework some of that stuff, so
Yeah.
it can be used. It can always be used.
You guys are on your own label. You set one up. What made you do that?
half necessity, half it's just a cool thing to do, a better way to go in this musical climate. I mean, we put the first album out for free, 2009. Obviously, doesn't require a label in any way because it's just a download. Because we wanted to leak it, and then we were like, oh, there's no one to really leak it to, so let's just release it officially, but for free. That obviously went really well. In the next few years, we had talks with various record labels and stuff, and there was some sort of chit chat, but it never really amounted to anything that was in any way attractive to an artist.
Do you think the direction would have been helpful with someone else managing, like with deciding what tracks? Are you completely happy just?
So we've always kind of done it like
Yeah.
our own way.
I mean, we've had managers and stuff, like we've got a great manager at the moment, but he's not in the interest of kind of, this is what you should be doing, this is what you shouldn't be doing. He kind of leaves it to us because that's what we've done up until now, and it's kind of worked so far. Like, our own decisions our own instincts are often the correct way to go. But I think, things would have been different if we'd been on a record label and had loads of money pumped into it. I mean, that's one of the things that's a setback of owning your own label, is you don't have an endless pot of cash to go around throwing advertising and getting everything in order. So you're hindered slightly compared to maybe some of our peers who you can kind of watch overtaking and stuff. But at the same time, it's much more rewarding because every album sale is like, that's ours, in the bag, yeah.
Talking of which, you mentioned your third album. What's happening there? Can you give us a little sneak preview? Any ideas?
Well, I'm not just going to sing a song. No, we just don't we don't want to stop anytime soon. So
Yeah.
we're just kind of trying to capitalise on all the momentum we got.
Ideally, whether it be through our own label or whether someone wants to come along and hand us a massive check, then summertime release maybe. So we'll go for an album a year from here on out if we can muster it.
That sound like that?
Yeah,
Be alright.
but no, it's exciting. There should be some new music on the way.
Cool.
Yay. Cut.